What if I told you that one of the most iconic stars in music history was born in a one-room cabin, without running water, and grew up without knowing if there'd be food on the table each day? Dolly Parton's story is proof that where you start doesn't define where you can go. Stick around, because by the end of this video you'll see how her early struggles shaped the legendary career that every fan should know, and you'll uncover one of the most surprising stories behind her first big break. Let's go back to January 19, 1946, in a tiny rural town called Locust Ridge, Tennessee. Dolly Rebecca Parton was born as the fourth of 12 children into a family that didn't have much in the way of money but had plenty of heart. They lived in a house so modest that it didn't even have electricity or indoor plumbing. Yet, even in those tough circumstances, Dolly's talent and determination started to shine. From an early age, she showed an incredible gift for storytelling through music. By the time she was just a little girl, she was writing songs inspired by the world around her, whether it was her family's struggles, her deep faith, or even the dreams she dared to imagine. And it wasn't just her family who noticed. By the age of 13, she stepped onto one of the most famous stages in country music, the Grand Ole Opry. And get this, she was introduced by none other than Johnny Cash himself. Can you imagine the courage it took for a girl from the hills of Tennessee to perform on such a legendary stage? What's even more amazing is how her early life shaped the person we know today. Dolly learned resilience from her family's struggles. She learned to appreciate the little things, and she carried those lessons into her career. Her ability to connect with people, no matter their background, started here because she never forgot where she came from. But here's where it gets interesting. That performance at the Opry wasn't just a moment of recognition. It planted a seed in Dolly's heart. She decided that no matter how hard it would be, she was going to make music her life. And trust me, the path ahead was anything but easy. So, how did this small-town girl, armed with just a guitar and a dream, go from singing barefoot on a front porch to becoming one of the most celebrated figures in music history? There's one unexpected twist in her rise to fame that we'll uncover later in this video, and it's something every fan should know. Stay tuned, because the next part of Dolly's journey reveals a decision that could have ended her career before it even began, but instead, it turned her into a star. And trust me, you'll want to hear this one. Dolly Parton didn't become a star overnight. After her performance at the Grand Ole Opry, her dreams burned brighter than ever. But reality hit hard. Moving to Nashville right after high school, she quickly realized that talent alone wouldn't be enough. What she did next not only shaped her career, but also proved her grit. And there's one career move she made that no one saw coming. It was a gamble that could have gone terribly wrong, but instead launched her into stardom. Fresh out of high school, Dolly arrived in Nashville with nothing but her guitar, her songs, and the determination to make it. But Nashville wasn't an easy city for an 18-year-old girl trying to break into the male-dominated country music industry. She spent her early days writing songs for other artists and singing wherever she could find an audience. Even with her talent, recognition didn't come easily. Dolly often talked about how she faced rejection after rejection. Industry insiders dismissed her as just another small-town singer. But instead of giving up, she worked harder. She started writing songs that spoke straight to the heart, stories that anyone could relate to heartache, and slowly people started to notice. Then, in 1967, her big break finally came. Porter Wagoner, a country music star with a popular TV show, was looking for a female singer to join him. Dolly's unique voice and undeniable charm caught his attention. Joining his show wasn't just a regular gig, it was her chance to step into the spotlight and reach millions of viewers across the country. But it wasn't all smooth sailing. At first, the audience wasn't sure about Dolly. She was different, her voice, her style, even her larger-than-life personality. Yet, instead of changing who she was, Dolly leaned into it. She proved she wasn't just a pretty face but a powerhouse of talent. Her duets with Porter Wagoner became fan favorites, and her songwriting earned respect across the industry. After 7 years of working with Wagoner, Dolly faced a tough choice. She knew she had grown as an artist and was ready to stand on her own. But leaving the partnership wasn't easy. It risked alienating her fan base, and Porter himself wasn't thrilled about it. To express her gratitude and say goodbye, Dolly wrote one of her most iconic songs, "I Will Always Love You." The song wasn't just a goodbye letter, it became a timeless hit that resonated far beyond country music. That decision to go solo in 1974 marked the turning point of her career. Almost immediately, Dolly's solo songs like Jolene and Coat of Many Colors topped the charts. Her voice, her storytelling, and her unique style captivated audiences in a way that no one else could. But here's the thing, Dolly's rise to fame didn't stop with country music. She broke boundaries, crossing over to pop music, a risky move that many thought would fail. Instead, it catapulted her to even greater heights. Coming up, we'll uncover the bold steps Dolly took to redefine her career and why her choices forever changed the face of country and pop music. Stay with me, because there's an untold story behind one of her biggest hits, and it's a secret most fans don't know. Dolly Parton was already making waves in country music, but her ambitions didn't stop there. She wasn't content with being confined to a single genre. In the late 1970s, Dolly made a decision that shocked many in the industry. She set her sights on crossing over into pop music. It was a bold move for a country artist at the time, and not everyone believed it would work. But Dolly, as always, trusted her instincts. Her first major step into the pop world came with the song "Here You Come Again." It was a departure from her traditional country sound, blending elements of pop that gave it a fresh, universal appeal. The gamble paid off. The song became a massive hit, not only climbing the country charts but also breaking into the mainstream Billboard Hot 100. For many artists, a move like this might have risked alienating their core fan base, but Dolly's authenticity shone through. Whether she was singing about heartbreak, hope, or everyday struggles, her ability to connect with listeners remained unchanged. Then came one of her most iconic tracks, 9 to 5. With its catchy rhythm and powerful lyrics about the struggles of working women, 9 to 5 resonated across the globe. It became a rallying cry for equality and fairness, and it showcased Dolly's knack for blending meaningful messages with unforgettable melodies. But her crossover success wasn't limited to music. Dolly's charisma and wit made her a natural on-screen, leading to her acting debut in the 9 to 5 movie alongside Jane Fonda and Lily Tomlin. The film's success solidified her as a multi-talented star, proving that she could conquer not just music, but Hollywood as well. What makes this period of Dolly's career so extraordinary is how she managed to stay true to herself while evolving as an artist. Many have tried to blend genres, but few have done it with the grace and authenticity of Dolly Parton. Instead of choosing between country and pop, she redefined what it meant to be an artist, someone who could bridge worlds and bring people together through music. And here's where it gets even more fascinating. Dolly's ability to adapt and innovate didn't just open doors for her. It paved the way for countless other artists to experiment and blend genres, proving that boundaries in music are meant to be broken. But even as she soared to new heights, Dolly remained grounded, always carrying the lessons from her humble beginnings. In the next part, we'll uncover how Dolly used her fame and fortune to make an impact far beyond the stage. Her influence goes deeper than music and movies, and there's one story about her generosity that will leave you speechless. Stay tuned, it's one you'll never forget. Dolly Parton's influence extends far beyond her music and on-screen performances. As her fame grew, she turned her success into something even more meaningful, giving back. Dolly has always believed that with great success comes an even greater responsibility to help others, and she's done exactly that in ways that have touched millions of lives. One of her most famous initiatives is the Imagination Library. Started in 1995, this program was inspired by her father, who never had the chance to learn to read or write. Dolly wanted to honor him by helping children develop a love for reading, no matter where they came from. Through the Imagination Library, she has provided free books to children from birth to age 5, delivering over 200 million books worldwide. This isn't just charity, it's empowerment, giving kids a foundation for a brighter future. But Dolly's generosity doesn't stop there. During the COVID-19 pandemic, she made headlines by donating $1 million to vaccine research. Her contribution played a key role in funding the development of the Moderna vaccine, helping to save countless lives. When asked about it, she humbly brushed off the praise, saying she just wanted to do her part. And her impact goes beyond money. Dolly has been a voice for kindness, unity, and perseverance in a world that often feels divided. She's supported countless causes, from disaster relief efforts to funding hospitals and scholarships. Yet, she's never been one to make it about herself. Her acts of generosity are driven by her belief that everyone deserves a chance to succeed, just as she was given hers. What's even more inspiring is how she carries herself through it all. Dolly is often quoted saying, "It costs nothing to be kind," and she lives by those words. Whether it's through her philanthropy or simply the way she interacts with people, she reminds us all that success is about more than fame or wealth, it's about making a difference. But there's a lesser-known story about her giving spirit that truly captures who Dolly is at her core. It involves a quiet act of kindness she performed for a small community that no one would have ever known about until the people she helped spoke up. Stick around, because this story coming up next shows why Dolly Parton's legacy isn't just legendary, it's deeply human. Dolly Parton's legacy is a tapestry of achievements, generosity, and authenticity that has left a lasting mark on music, culture, and humanity. Her impact isn't just about what she's done but how she's made people feel. She has a rare ability to connect with people across generations and backgrounds, making her a unifying figure in a divided world. One of the most remarkable aspects of Dolly's legacy is her endurance. Over 6 decades, she's remained not only relevant but beloved, charting #1 records in every decade since the 1970s. She's been recognized as Billboard's all-time top female country artist and has earned numerous awards, including a spot in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, a testament to her influence beyond country music. Her songs have stood the test of time, resonating with people across cultures. Whether it's the heartfelt vulnerability of Jolene, the timeless promise of I Will Always Love You, or the empowering anthem 9 to 5, her music continues to inspire. But it's not just the songs, it's the stories behind them. Dolly writes from the heart, drawing from her own life experiences, and that authenticity is what makes her music unforgettable. Beyond the accolades and the music, Dolly's true legacy lies in the way she's lived her life. She's proof that success doesn't have to come at the expense of kindness. Her story is one of perseverance, humility, and an unwavering belief in the power of dreams. She's shown us that it's possible to achieve greatness while staying true to who you are and lifting others along the way. As we wrap up, here's something to think about. Dolly Parton's story is still being written. Every act of generosity, every song she writes, and every life she touches adds another chapter to her incredible legacy. And as fans, we're a part of it. Every time we share her music, her values, or her story, we help ensure that her impact lives on for generations to come. Now here's my question for you: which part of Dolly's legacy inspires you the most? Is it her music, her philanthropy, or the way she carries herself with so much grace? Share your thoughts in the comments, because celebrating someone like Dolly Parton is something we all can do together. And if this video moved you, share it with someone who needs a little inspiration today, because just like Dolly, you might brighten someone's world more than you realize.